Yo, what is up, baby team? Austin Dunham back again with another video. Today I am back with another RP Talk video. So sit back, relax, listen. And today's special guest, I am here with
Defund Simping, but you just call me Chad, but the brand name is Defund Simping. We're defunding the simp movement one day at a time.
Gotcha. Welcome to the channel, bro.
Appreciate it.
I know we've definitely linked up before, and if you guys don't know already, Chad is mostly on TikTok. You probably came across his videos. He speaks a lot about female nature, dating dynamics, dating strategies, and we have a lot of very similar takes and experiences that in which we're going to talk about in this video today and kind of learn more about your story personally. All right, so go ahead, subscribe, like the video, sit back and relax. Let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, so Chad, tell me, how did you personally discover the red pill and the female nature in itself? What's the quick background story on how you came into this world in the manosphere?
Yeah, so I came off I wouldn't say a breakup. It was more so a situationship that I wanted to go to the next level, but it didn't. And one day I get my homie's car like 2 weeks after the event, and he had this big black country speaking guy saying, "No effing validation. Don't y'all get that?" And I'm like, wait a minute, I validate these girls. Then he says, "Don't argue with women." I argue, like everything he's saying, I'm doing. And I'm like, wait a minute, this goes against everything I've ever been taught about women. I thought girls want the Disney fairy tale, they want flowers, they want this guy to lean on. And when I listened to him for the first time, I was listening in the car, but I wasn't validating it with my words. I was just like, just listening, because I didn't want to admit I didn't know any of this stuff.
Yeah, so you heard this on Twitter?
No, YouTube. My
okay.
friend was playing in the car, and I was acting like I wasn't listening. Like, oh, bro, I know girls, bro. I don't need to listen to this big black country dude speak on women. And I went home, and I legit went through almost this entire catalog. Like on the way to work, on the way home from school, everywhere I went was alpha male strategies. Was playing. Yeah, AMS, sorry. Yeah, I thought people would know who I was talking about.
I was like, who is he?
Yeah, I thought people would catch the AMS reference, but but anyway, yeah, it would be on the way to work, on the way to school, and I learned not everything, but I learned a lot about the mistakes I was making, which got me into this space. And then it's funny though, because prior, I made a video on Twitter that went crazy viral. Even David Dobrik retweeted it. It was girls have different availability for different men based off the day of the week.
That's true. Did you make that video already after you discovered female nature?
Before. So that's why I thought I was up on game, and I wasn't. But I made that video. So people said, "Hey, take that same content you're making on Twitter and take it over to TikTok." So that's what I did, and now I saw a lot of success.
Yeah, dope, man. Yeah, I feel like everybody has their like RP awakening story or like discovery into female nature and dating dynamics.
Absolutely.
For a lot of guys, it could be through a bad experience, but for you, it was more through just being in the right place at the right time.
It was, yeah.
With a friend. So your friend was like just RP himself, like listening to AMS casually, and then that trickled on to you. Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. So at the time of you listening to that information, were you going through bad experiences, or like did you have an okay dating life?
My dating life was okay, but the issue was I always fumbled girls I actually liked. So when it comes to girls I didn't care about, though they came easy. So that's why I thought I understood women. But when I liked a girl, I threw out the game. I thought game didn't matter when you liked the chick. Actually, I think it's just as much important or more important when you like her, because when you like her, you tend to give girls the benefit of the doubt. Oh, she's probably not like that.
Yeah.
She probably won't if I validate her and give her roses, she probably won't be like the other girls, right? So I think men need game even more when they actually like a girl. So that's what happened to me. I liked her, everything went horrible, but I didn't like her, everything went great.
I think from that perspective, on the opposite end, I think it's more about if a girl really likes you, that's when less game is needed. Not when you really like a girl, less game is needed.
Absolutely.
So I definitely see it from that perspective. So I'm not sure if I tell you mine, but mine was part of an experience. I was going through something, and I would just search up the experiences I was going through, and then that's when I discovered AMS and all these other YouTube. And then the information they were saying was like not something I was used to hearing. It was very like direct, straightforward. And that's when I was like, this is different. And then that's when I discovered the manosphere, the RP, and the female nature and all that stuff. I would say it was really, really popular about 2-3 years ago. Red pill in itself. But nowadays, like the whole female nature stuff has kind of dwindled down a little bit. But, it's still prevalent, and each and every day guys are still.
Which content creator did you gravitate towards the most? Because there's like the OGs and there's the younger guys. Like which ones did you gravitate to the most?
I gravitated when it comes to Female Nature Tours, AMS content. For
Yeah,
sure.
me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
And then that's how I connected with the staff at X and all of them too. All right, so you yourself, you're actively in the field right now, USA, in regards to dating.
I would say so, yeah. On Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday, damn near, I'm outside talking to people, talking to girls, and picking up on things and applying the same things I tell my guys to the TikToks. I'm all around. I gotta keep it 100.
Gotcha. So what would you say your sources of dating are right now in regards to like your acquisition? Of
Yeah,
dating?
I would say I'd say it's a good 50-50 of half online and half in person. This is what I think. A girl will maybe swipe left on you on your dating profile because your pictures suck, they're in low lighting, you take selfies with urinals behind you, right? You have a bad presentation. But when you walk up to her in person, she may smell your cologne, see your style's not that bad, and then you start talking with her personality. She goes, oh, it's actually not that bad. So I think sometimes you have a better chance at approaching a girl in person than her seeing your dating profile. Yeah. I think most guys have a really bad social media presentation. So if you're to approach her in person, she may actually give you a chance. That's just how I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. Most guys do have a bad presentation, of course. However, the other side to that, once again, too, is that you're saying if you meet the same girl in person, you might have a better chance. That's a maybe, but also you have to leave it up to chance that you're meeting that same girl in person. Meaning like you have to put yourself out there in real life. Go to clubs, go to bars.
And guys hate doing that for some reason.
There.
I don't know why. Guys don't like, I talk to guys on like, hey man, like where your leads coming from? Do you go out? I'm like, no. I'm like, do you expect these girls to knock on your door? Like, we expect to meet them. Well, I work a lot. Well, so do I. Like, you got to find time to go outside. Because here's the thing. If you let your dating life be dictated by an algorithm, then, hey, man, Tinder and Hinge have your dating life in their hands. Yeah. For me, I'll go out and, meet women in person. But a lot of guys have that approach anxiety, which I get it. But I tell guys to do this. If you have a guy in your group that has a girlfriend, have that guy bring his, the girlfriends, the friends, right? So you guys go out and in a big group, so you guys can all mingle, right? So you don't have to worry about cold approach, So I try to tell them that, to try to get them out where they're with women, at least around them, opposed to going out with 5 dudes to a club or bar.
True. That's if the guy has friends.
Yes, there's that, dude, that element too. Yeah. Oh my God, like if I talk to guys sometimes, and this is kind of like a black pill thing, I guess, but if you don't even have guy friends, that for me is almost on my expertise, because sometimes it's a social skills issue why you don't have any girls in your life. Because for most part, men, hey bro, like sports? Oh, me too. Hey bro, let's go watch football. Like men are pretty easy to become friends with, in my opinion. Yeah. So if you don't have any guy friends and you have no tribe around you, that's really tough, in my opinion. Have you experienced that, guys not having a social group?
Yeah, of course. Not necessarily in my own life, but I definitely seen it from other guys. But a problem I've seen guys come across is that they have friends, but those guy friends are either in relationships, married, whatever the case may be, or they don't like nightlife. They don't like to go out. Yeah. So they have the social group, but they don't have anybody to go out with. And that's when you got to employ another strategy of going out sometimes by yourself and creating friends who are already in that environment to go out with again. And that's a whole nother strategy.
Yeah. So for me, all right, going by yourself, I've never done it. Therefore, I've never advocated someone else to do it, but I'd never been put in those situations where I need to go out by myself. So I can't speak, it's hard for me to speak on that. But shit, if it comes down to it, maybe go to like a not like a poppin' club, maybe go to like a local dive bar where everyone's sitting at the stools, right? You can easily look left, look right, and talk to people next to you, right? And let's just say they have friends coming. Now you join their group. Maybe something like that would be nice, opposed to going to a massive nightclub and just walking around. Yeah. You can do that. I'm just saying it'd be easier to go to a dive bar, because most people go to dive bars by themselves. After work, pull up to a bar by themselves and have a beer.
I mean, most men go to a dive bar.
True, exactly. Yeah. Most men, for sure. So you can definitely fit in at a dive bar, but clubs, I see most men coming in groups.
Gotcha. Yeah. Now, going back to the sources of dating, you say 50-50, right?
Yeah.
So you still employ a digital strategy.
Oh, yeah, because what's dope is I am signed to a modeling agency. So I understand how to pose my body. I like taking photos. So if you go to my Instagram page, I think I am. I'm presenting myself in a way where I look fun, I look creative, I have different outfits on. So when girls get to my page, they can go, okay, this guy's attractive. Versus some guys, they have a photo of them in a mask from the pandemic. They have a photo of them and like their 12 friends, and they have a photo of like them and their dog, and the dog's like covering half their face. So it's like a girl gets to your page and like, they don't know what you look like. Oh, my favorite is this one. Hey bro, I'm not getting any baddies. Like, bro, your Instagram is private. Like, how can a girl even see what you look like?
Yeah, private accounts, bad pictures.
Pictures.
Guys, you just got to fix the social media presence altogether. And me and Chad will be doing a video on how you can easily look better in pictures.
Facts.
So y'all subscribe and stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, I can speak more about the presentation, man. It's crazy because, of course, shouts out to our guy Myron. He talks about female delusion. There's also some male delusion going on here as well, because sometimes dudes feel like they're entitled to attractive women when they haven't done the work, And I get it. Social media for men is almost like, do I have to take photos, or I have to go to this dinner and have my homie take pictures of me? Like, listen, you don't have to. If you want more success, you're gonna have to play the game, right? These girls play the game. They freaking go every night they go out. They take out 500 photos. They play the game, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you want to get on the same playing field, you're gonna have to play the game as well. And listen, if your friends are single, they'll get it. Hey, bro, take pictures of me at this dinner. I'll take pictures of you. We'll both have photos. Don't frame it with just you. Hey, offer, your services back to your homie. Hey, and also tell guys this too. If you guys are both single, go out around the golden hour. I'm not sure when the sun sets for you over here in California. It's like 5 o'clock now. So 3:30, 4 o'clock, take 2-3 outfits and go out and take photos with your friends. And then you take photos of them, right? So now you guys both have good dating app profile photos.
Mutual value exchange.
Mutual value exchange, guys. Offer your homie some photos, and you guys now have good dating app pictures. So I guarantee you, your swipe rate, you'll see your likes go up 100% by taking more initiative with your dating online, especially if you have approach anxiety.
And we're going to take a quick break to talk about today's sponsor, BlueChew. BlueChew is a service that helps people get access to convenient, affordable tablets online to help maximize their performance in the bedroom. Personally, I've been using BlueChew for over 2 years now. And the best part about BlueChew is that it is all done online. It's a chewable, discreet tablet that can be taken anywhere at any time. Not to mention, it's a lot cheaper than just regular Viagra or Cialis. So you have two options, Tadalafil or Sildenafil. My favorite of all time is Tadalafil, and that is because it's gonna stay in your system a little bit longer. So if you got those business trips, those business meetings across the weekend, all you gotta do is take one tablet and you are good to go. However, I recommend that you try and figure out what works best for your body chemistry and what you're personally trying to accomplish. And once again, this is all done online, discreetly, and privately. And taking the pill is super simple. All you gotta do is just chew it, then do it. So if you wanna try BlueChew today, get your first month free by using my code Dunham in the link down below in the description. Trust me, you won't regret it. Back to the video. Now, going back to the sources one last time, you are pretty familiar with the cold approaching yourself and online. As am I at this point. I definitely have done more online.
Yeah, for sure.
And more success online because the way I presented myself.
Absolutely.
But if you had to pick one for the rest of your life, cold approach or online, which one would you pick?
I would say online, simply because you can, for example, I can shoot on a girl in New Jersey, Miami, New York, and LA all in the same day, right? But here's the thing, if you're gonna go online, you have to be optimized. And most men are not optimized to DM a girl with like 50K who lives in Miami or New York, you know? So I would definitely have to go with online. However, for me, I love the game. How can I walk up to this random girl who may not like me at all and take her home? Like it's like, I love the game. I just love the game. I just love walking up to a chick and just using things that I think will work to see if she likes me. With online, of course mouthpiece is involved, but I just like the in-person interaction. I love the in-person interaction. I love reading the body language. Is she walking in? Is she touching my wrist? Is she touching my chest? Like, is she like? I just love reading her body language, so I prefer in person, but online is way more effective.
Yeah, online is more easier sometimes because you can run more volume.
Yeah, way more volume.
Leverage with location, stuff like that. But I would say in regards to the in real life game, the reward, if you get the reward, is so much sweeter and
it's so much sweeter.
Because it's like, how did I take this person who had no idea who I was to now being in my bed days later?
It's just...
Like, just that in itself is like crazy to think about. And it makes you think about how many lost connections you potentially go past each and every day.
Oh, all the time.
Because example, I'm in the mall or at the bar or whatever, and I'll see a girl who
Choosing.
who I've hooked up with in the past.
Oh, in the past, gotcha.
But we met online on a dating app, or they may have a boyfriend they're with at the bar or whatever, and we just walk right past each other. Of course, no eye contact, don't talk. But in my head, I've hooked up with her before. So like that's a potential like connection right there. And then that makes me think about in greater schemes, it might everyday life, going to the grocery store, going to the bar, going to this restaurant, whatever, how many missed connections I make by simply not speaking with the woman, right?
Oh, that's such a huge question because I think about that all the time. And there's a lot of guys out there who are scared of cold approach and scared to talk to a girl. And I'm thinking, damn, bro, imagine how many girls you pass every day. They go, wow,
that
he's
would be
cute. But you know, girls act super nonchalant. There's probably been times where girls have seen Austin out 3, 4, 5 times, not haven't even looked his way, and then match on a dating app like, I don't know, years later or whatever.
That's happened all the time, actually. The biggest example is at the gym. I'll see a girl at the gym.
All the time.
We won't even make eye contact, but I'm familiar with her because I see her all the time.
Yep.
And we don't talk at the gym. However, we'll make the connection on a dating app. And then we'll act like we don't know each other. I see you every day.
Every day. It's crazy.
Act dumb.
And they just sit there and just don't even look. But they're interested. And it's crazy.
Crazy, man.
So I say for guys, man, I tell guys this is my cold approach tip. Don't look at it as an approach. I'll explain. If you see a girl at a bar, don't walk up on her and go, hey, what's up? I think you're cute. And I saw you from across the way. No. Let's say she's 5 feet away. Cold approach tip, okay? You talk to her with your shoulders facing this way. You're not even like giving her your body language. You're like this. And you go, hey, are you having a good night? And if she looks back and goes, yeah, I am. Okay, cool. Where are you from? Oh, from here. Then you go talk, right? So you start off with you're just casually talking to her over your shoulder. You're not even, she doesn't think she's getting approached. You're just talking, right? And if she's engaging in your questions, that's when you turn around. Oh, what was your name? Oh, pleasure to meet you. So I call it like a probe, right? Like let me see what's going on here. If I say, hey, having a good night, and she goes, yep, no. She turned her back right away. She looked over her shoulder and said, yep, and turned her back. No, she's not interested. But if she asks her a question and she goes, oh, like yeah, like what about you? Gotcha, bitch.
Indicator of interest. Right?
Exactly, right. So I try to see how she's feeling towards my questions and how she feels towards me. And if she's giving me warm, like a warm signal, that's when I engage her. But I never walk up and go, let's think about it this way, guys. I tell guys, she's probably more scared of you. If a girl's 5 foot and you're 6 foot and you walk up on her and go, hey, what's good? She's like, oh my God, like she's terrified. Intimidated by you. So it's almost like I tell myself she's more terrified of me walking up to her than I should be.
It's funny. People use that mentality about bugs and animals too.
Exactly.
To help kids like not be afraid of dogs.
Coyotes are more scared of you.
Yeah, they're more scared of you. So you say that's like a mental framework or a mental shift you do to make it easier for you?
Yeah, dude, this girl's scared of me, dude. I'm a 6'1" black dude. Like she's scared of me walking up to her, so I can't be scared. She's scared of me. So I just tell guys to approach girls if you're unsure, kind of like cold, like you're not facing them. There's at least a couple feet in between you guys, and you can kind of gauge it from there, opposed to, hey, I saw you from across the way. And I just think the typical script guys use nowadays. But I say come at it very casual, come at it with your body language, not really facing her, and see how she reacts to that.
So we both have pretty big familiarity with dating apps. In your own opinion, and I'll also give you my opinion too.
Of course, please.
What would you say the best dating apps are to use in regards to quality in your experience?
So I like Hinge right now, and what makes Hinge so dope is, okay, with Tinder and Bumble and other dating apps, you have to pay to see who's behind the wall, who likes you, who's interested. With Hinge, they give that to you up front. So live, as we're talking right now, my phone's been blowing up, right, with Hinge notifications saying, yo, this girl liked you. So now I can see her profile match with her right away, opposed to paying money to see who likes me. And I think as far as quality as well, I think Hinge is an app people are like, you know what, I don't use Tinder or Bumble, but I use Hinge. So what's been your experience with, with dating apps as well?
So far my experience, I would say I agree with you too.
Okay.
With quality, Hinge is definitely the best quality if you are a quality guy. Hinge has that algorithm where they'll what's called looks match you. Meaning if you're a fat, overweight guy who doesn't have great pictures, they're going to match you with fat, overweight women who don't have great pictures.
Wow.
If you're a nice standout guy, clean quality pictures, and you're getting really good engagement on your profile, they'll send you to the top 20, top 10% of women who are also getting that. So Hinge's algorithm is very, very base, almost damn near black pill. So if you're going to use Hinge, you got to make sure you yourself, your presentation is nice, low body fat percentage, style, everything's on point. Because if you're getting bad results on Hinge, it's because you probably have a bad profile. So
now let's talk about Hinge for a little bit too. So one thing Hinge does that I like is you can do prompts. Now here's the issue. You know, obviously we don't listen to the fishermen, me and Austin, right? But here's the thing: girls will do this. They'll go through guys' Hinge profiles live on TikTok. No filter. Don't block the guy's face, right? And one thing they're showing, which I'm glad they're doing, men are having the same prompts. They'll say, for example, the prompt will say, "I'm competitive at everything. What I order for the table, tequila shots." And she went through like 8 profiles and almost all of them said the same thing. So guys, use your prompts to evoke an emotion. So for example, you may think this is corny, but I don't care because it works. I think the prompt was something like, show up on the first date with, and I said hybrid lashes. Now hybrid lashes are what girls get, they pay $80 for, right? That's a girl thing, I understand, but girls always comment, "Oh my God, ha 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 ha, how do you know this?" So it creates an emotion. They read that and they laughed. They're not expecting a man to know anything about beauty cosmetics.
Yeah.
Another thing I do is, I think the prompt was like something I don't talk about. My dad went to go get a cigarette and never came back. Again, you probably think that's stupid, but again, it creates an emotion. Girls comment, ha 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 ha, shouldn't be laughing, my dad left me too. Like, so it just creates that emotion. So with the prompts, guys, use it as a way to be competitive. Like, it will say something like, I bet you can't beat me in cornhole. And then some girl will go, "Oh, I can beat you." That's what you want. And here's the thing, guys, use prompts to make them engage with you first.
exactly, that's what I use prompts for, and I
Exactly.
utilize that too.
Like,
when a woman engages with you first, you have a way higher percentage of actually
way
closing
higher.
her. And so if you can use your prompts to, like you said, evoke emotion, evoke responses, and initiate conversation, then you're doing it the right
way. That's what I'm saying, man.
And speaking of Hinge, guys, on my Patreon, we will be swiping through our Hinge to see the baddies we come across. So definitely be sure to check that out. Link will be down below.
Got you. So yeah, I think Hinge, it's a great app. If you use it properly, you will get girls to like your prompts first. And here's the thing with the voice memo, right? Again, most people are not gonna like me with this one, but again, I'm me and I have my own success. This is what I do. Again, I hear the hate comments coming. I put on like a Boys to Men R&B background, right? So they hear that in the background, and I speak in this super low, "Hey baby." Bro, I swear to at least 2 to 3 a day. This is the best thing I've ever heard, right? So again, it works for me. I have a high personality. I like to joke around. For some of you guys, that's way too corny, and I understand. I get it. But for me, again, it works. I'm just saying what works for me, right? Now, for some of you guys, that's a horrible idea. Test some stuff. Do beta testing. Do for every week. Try new prompts and see what's evoking emotion. It's all it's about, guys. Evoke emotion so they can message you first.
All right, so I speak a lot about increasing their sex appeal, increasing your attractiveness so that you can leverage that into more dating success, overall life success. If you increase your looks, you're gonna make it far anything you do, or you're gonna have a better percentage chance of doing so. So a lot of guys like to say, you know, it's easy for you because you're handsome, whatever the case may be. But my thing is, after you yourself, would you say you've increased your sex appeal and looks over time?
A shit ton.
Exactly, perfect.
Shit ton.
So my question is, what problems do you think handsome guys face after they've increased their sex appeal and or looks that some of these unattractive guys probably wouldn't realize until they reach that point?
All right, yeah, so that's a nuanced question, like handsome guy problems, right? No one even thinks about that because they think when you're handsome, everything should be great. I will say when you're handsome, girls' assumptions of you go up, right? Now, if you know how to properly deflect them, it's easy. So the first thing is you look like trouble. You look like an F-boy, you look like a guy that gets a lot of girls, and they're right about all three. Girls will sometimes even write you off. Like, they don't even want to mess with you because they know what you're capable of, or they know if they were to mess with you, they would get really entangled and have a hard time moving on. They assume you won't commit. So like, if say you're talking to a girl for, you go on 2-3 dates and she's starting to like you, she'll go, you know what? He's really attractive. He probably has a lot of hoes. Let me disqualify myself and just ghost the guy and give him no explanation. Or if I have another guy that's a lot more safe, like he's a 6 out of 10, I'll just go to him and have him as my main because I can't afford to be with a guy that has more leverage. Because some girls have told me up to my face, I much rather date down in looks. So when we walk out in public, I'm the main attraction, not him. How about yourself?
Gotcha. So yeah, I definitely agree with the assumptions part.
Yeah.
That comes from a place of insecurity.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. You know, most girls definitely want an attractive guy across all boards.
Of course.
But every now and then, they'll definitely make more assumptions, especially like, oh, how many women have you dated this week? Or am I just another girl? Like whatever, they'll text you like that.
Try.
I realize. But in regards to another spectrum of issues regarding being a handsome guy, is that I told you this literally yesterday. Is that it's easy with like, let's say 6s, 7s. But what becomes more harder is consistently getting like 9s and 10s. That's where the playing field is leveled out for handsome men. Because now you're competing with a status. You're not competing with looks, you're competing with status. So I'm competing with athletes, rappers. Some of the girls I've seen, they talk about the NFL players they've been with. I see Michael B. Jordan liking their pictures. So that's where it becomes more of a level playing field. Like, yeah, I got the looks now, but now for the level or quality of women that I want, I'm competing with guys with really high social status.
Drake, like, competing with those guys.
Yeah,
now.
so you guys, so think about it like a playing field. You guys are competing with me, but I'm competing with the top echelon, like the 0.001% of men.
It's tough.
Yeah, makes sense.
And that's a great point I never heard about, you know. Now, this is not a knock at anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, when I was, you know, 102 pounds at 5'6", I was competing for the 6s myself, right? But as I got more attractive, you're right. You start to go to these really attractive girls' profiles. You check their likes, you check their following. They're top level dudes, you know, who are, you know, blue checked, millions of followers, lots of money. You're competing with those guys. I just have to go for the 8, 9s, and 10s.
Yeah.
So sometimes playing with this 5, 6, 7 girls are a bit easier. Sometimes because your competition isn't as stiff as if you go for a chick who has like 500,000 followers.
Exactly. Now the 5, 6s, or 7s, they're still trying to go after that top echelon dude, but usually they're not paying no mind to the 5, 6s, and 7s because they got the other girls, unless it's like some quick, easy, you know, business meetings, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In that case, I think that's where it's definitely leveled out in regards to being handsome. And even me myself, I was telling him, like, at this point, me getting with average women or slightly below, above average is fairly easy in my experience. Like, it's
a phone call away.
It's one and done. It's very easy. Where I need game, where I need all these other aspects of myself as a man is for the 8.5s, 9s, and above. Consistently, at least. Like, every now and then, of course, it's the ones going to fall in my lap a little bit. But in order for me to get it consistently, that's where I have to put in the work.
Now, guys, not all of you watching this will turn into a 8, 9, or 10 looks-wise. However, I think you guys getting a better haircut, right? You guys losing some weight, you getting in some better clothes, and you getting some social status. Let's explain social status. When I say status, a lot of you guys are thinking about followers, blue check mark. How about at your gym, everyone knows you? Because I'll be real, I've talked to girls about this. If a girl sees you walk into the gym, the freaking guy at the front, hey, what's up, John? Another girl, oh my God, John, nice to see you. 2 jack dudes, John, what's good, bro? That girl's like, whoa, like this guy must be known here. Now, mind you, you could have 5 Instagram followers. When you walk into that gym, everyone knows who you are, you have status there. So when you walk up to that girl, she'll feel almost validated because everyone in the gym knows you except for her.
Yep.
So you can probably talk about like having social status, not overall status like blue check mark.
Yeah, there's different forms of social status. Yeah. There's in real life situational status.
Yeah.
Example, in your job, you can present situational status, being a bartender, being a bouncer at a club.
True. Oh, that's
even though you're not making a lot of money or a lot of people may not know you, you're in a position of power and leadership to where people want your attention for some reason.
Yes.
So that can give you leverage. Or as Chad gave the example, knowing people in the gym or going into the restaurant, knowing the manager, that's a form of social status that also can be leveraged. And there's many different aspects of it outside of just having lots of followers, a blue check, etc. Of course, that's going to help, but you guys can also build status in real life too. Maybe I'll do a video on that here one day also.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, a lot of times guys throw in the towel and they go into, oh, you're just attractive, you know? And I get it, like that is a factor, but you can join it.
All right, so recently I've been in the news.
Yeah, you were. You have.
For talking about my experience with black women.
I experienced the same thing.
And basically, I did a video with Jack and Sad Troy, and we were talking about how more of a clean cut look or whatever really doesn't attract a more particular sort of black woman. However, in your experience living in California, you tend to not really showcase traits of thuggish or like a street dude.
I agree.
What would you say, like, majority of the women you personally attract in regards to ethnicity and race?
So for me, so I watched Austin's video. I definitely agree with it. Without the context of people talking how bad it was, I just saw the clip on its own. I agreed. You know, there's been plenty of times where black girls have told me, yes, you are physically attractive, but the way you talk and in the way you do things, it's not hood enough. It's just my opinion. Black culture, in my opinion, has a chokehold on the world. Even Spanish rappers, reggaeton artists, still dress like rappers.
Yeah.
So it's like black culture is the culture for a lot of the world. So it's like, since if that's the case, right, black girls watch these music videos like your guy was saying, and they look at the rapper and how he talks, how he walks, his lifestyle, right? And even if you go on podcasts, Fresh and Fit, they ask girls like, yo, what's it called? A guy that's a scammer and that pays you money for trips, or a guy works 9 to 5? Most of those girls are saying scammer. Now, I think what comes with this topic is, what age are you? If you're 18 to 25, I would say about 50% or close to 50% of black women want that trapper type of lifestyle. Clip it, clip the video, clip it, clip this right now, world star, clip it. I'm telling you, most of the time I've experienced black women liking the more of like the life on the edge lifestyle. Now, here's what's funny. If you guys just disagree with me, why is it that a lot of black women who are, you know, in the limelight, in their young days, they're dating Future, they're dating rappers, and then when they mature, they date Russell Wilson and they date Will Smith? Why wasn't Will Smith chosen first? Why wasn't Russell Wilson chosen first? They weren't. They were pushed to the back burner.
Think of it like the whole female dating strategy.
Yeah.
Alpha fucks, beta bucks.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's very similar, but it's like the street dude first.
Yeah.
Nice guy. What runs with first? I don't know. Last.
Yeah, it's true.
Next.
Yeah, next, dude. So to go back to your question, yes, that's what I experienced. When I was younger, black women tend to not like me because I didn't fit their description. Now, can I say all black women? No, that is not true. There are black women out there that do not want that archetype of a thug type of dude. They don't like that. But from my personal experiences, black women told me they weren't really, and also I'll say this, most of the black women wanted guys that are way older than them. Most of the black girls who are attractive in my city, when they were 15, 16, they were talking to a guy in college who was on the way to the NFL. And that's not talked about a lot. You know, girls will shame older men for dating younger women, but they never shame younger women for dating older men. Like, I saw that all the time, where girls who were like juniors or seniors in high school, they weren't dating guys who are their age. They're talking to guys in college who are on the way to the league because they saw as a meal ticket out of their situation. So I definitely, so athletes who are older than them by 4 or 5 years, or they like the trapper rapper archetype. That's been my personal experience living in the suburbs.
Yeah, so I'm saying, you yourself, out of your experience, would you say that you mostly attract, and for that reason get with other races? Yeah, so
it was a two-part question. So after that, yes, I usually on my dating apps attract a lot of Middle Eastern women and Latino women. I think Latin women have always liked black guys, but I think, this is my assumption, when Kim and Kanye started dating, a lot of Middle Eastern girls saw that as like goals, so they started dating black dudes as well. I think the Kardashians are very trendy. They set a lot of trends. So at once when Kim was with Kanye, I saw a lot of like Armenian chicks, Persian chicks dating towards black men as well.
I personally have noticed that social media and just media in general kind of changes dating dynamics. Example, when Michael B. Jordan got really popular, all of a sudden, more white women outside of black women started liking more black men, or guys who look like Michael B. Jordan in my case, right?
Facts.
I've noticed that when Creed came out, it was like, oh, okay, this is different now, right?
Yeah, facts.
Or just whoever's in the media that's popular in this relationship, example, Kim, Kanye, or whatever other interracial relationship that goes really big, it almost trickles down into the masses too, and they try to emulate that in a sense. It's like black dudes were more trendy.
Yeah.
And TikTok, for example, too, I noticed a few years ago, it's like dating a black guy was a trend. And, you know, so black guys were like in.
True.
And that can host a lot of problems in itself.
And
we should go deeper, but.
Yeah, so for you, on your dating apps, you know, what type of girls do you attract? Do you attract mostly black girls, or is it a mix?
What I say is that, let's say I have a pool of candidates or matches or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's say it's modestly 500 women.
Modest.
Out of those 500 women, about 50 of them will be actually attractive black women that I will be attracted to, who aren't overweight, who aren't super masculine or whatever the case may be. About 50. So 50 out of 500 is not a lot to choose from. Now I have 450 Latinas, Middle Eastern, white women. So on the balance of probabilities, who am I going to choose, right? Probably not the black woman, because there's less to choose from.
I agree.
So it just goes into like a numbers game at the end of the day, and that's been my experience personally. Now, moving on, do you want to get married?
All right, so by the government, I don't think so. But here's the problem, though, that I didn't know until a couple years ago. In California, I know for a fact, if you live with a woman 10 years and you guys break up, she can treat it like it was a divorce. So who knows? This sounds insane, but who knows? Let's say on our 9th year, for government reasons, we have 2 separate addresses, and I move out and get a place, and just, you know, it can be like a 1-bedroom studio, and I'm paying, I don't know, $1,500 a month just to avoid the common law, then move back. I don't know. It may get that way. I'm being dead ass because I don't want to be with a woman that can take so much from me. That's the issue. You know, my dad went through divorce. I'm not gonna lie, it's been over a decade, still hasn't recovered to this day. So I don't want that to happen to me. So I'm down to have a one woman, but I don't want to have the government involved, because that's just a little extra for me.
Gotcha. Okay.
How about yourself?
I follow pretty much the same route. Okay. I feel like there's ways to have a long-lasting, fulfilling relationship over the long period of time without getting the government involved. You can essentially do all the things that marriage would entail without actually signing the piece of paper. Okay. Most women, in my experience, want weddings not to be wives.
Oh yeah.
So you can make negotiations. Yeah. Listen, I don't want to get the government involved. However, you want to still have a little ceremony? Sure. Yeah. Here's a budget for that. We can make that happen. Oh, you want a little ring? Fine. Here's a ring. You can wear it. We're just not getting the government involved. And it's even better if you can live in a state where there's no common law.
Yeah.
So, for example, Florida, there's no common law.
Okay.
So I'm kind of in a good position with that. But unless marriage laws changes, or let's say I'm about 55 years old.
I'm out the game.
Super out the game. I've been with one girl for like 30, 20 years, 15 years, and everything is fine. That's when I would consider, but even then, like, I'm weighing on the pros and cons. I'm a pros and cons person. Yeah. So when I lay out marriage pros and cons, there's a lot more cons than there are pros, especially as you become more high value, have more financial success about yourself. So probably even then still no.
I'll say this about marriage as well that happens to a lot of men. You know, they start off very masculine, they're leading their woman. Over time, I think women wear on you. They wear on your masculinity because, like, for example, let's just say Austin's very disciplined. You walk in this house, you see nothing but protein and more protein, and like it's very, like, it's a man's house in here, right? If he lives with a woman, she may bring in some Oreos. She may bring in some I don't know, Trix cereal. Like, she slowly starts to indoctrinate Austin. You say he's up in the morning at 6 a.m. for the gym. Oh, babe, stay and cuddle. That turns to 8 a.m. And then goes to noon. And then it happens over time.
So and then, subtle too.
Yeah, it's very subtle. And then 10 years from now, like, wait a minute. I don't do any of the things I used to do. And now I used to work at Nordstrom, and this would happen all the time. Hey, bro, like those shoes? Yeah, I love them. But hold on, honey, do you like my shoes? No, I don't like them. Oh, well, I like them, but the wife, you know the wife. I'm like, damn, bro, you can't even buy stuff you like anymore. Like, that's crazy. So it's like, slowly the wife may get at your program, pull you from your friends. Here's another thing too. Women, they try to make you more like them. Watch my TV shows, eat my diet, emote the way I emote. And then when you become her, she's unattracted to you. Yeah. But here's the crazy part. As men, we make a girl to be a better girlfriend. Don't wear that. Cut them hoe friends off. Go to the gym with me. Like, we make a girl into a better, now, not every single man, okay, makes the girl into a better girlfriend, okay, for all you, the all police out there. Not all, I know, but for the most part, girls change their men into them. But we change our women, for the most part, if you find a good guy, into a better version. You know, I bet you can easily say you've made a girl like go to the gym more, or, you know, do more stuff for herself.
Not even through me just saying that. It's just they see my lifestyle, they see my habits, and they tend to fall in line with that over time.
True, they're moldable.
Yeah. Versus, I'm so in my frame that there's no way a girl could
come in here,
like change my habits or like make me stay in bed longer.
Yeah.
Or I feel like that's from the guy too. Is that you men allow women to do that to you because you don't hold frame in the relationship for yourself. And there's no way. So it's called a betaization through a thousand
concessions.
Right?
That's a big word.
Yeah, it's a long system, but basically that's what it explains and it entails. And if you just hold frame and keep your masculinity while being in a relationship, and also having space in your relationship, there's no way you should allow that to even happen in the first place.
Yeah, man, you know? I get it, man. Like you're with a girl for a while, you really like her. I get it. It happens, but just know. Here's the thing. In your head, oh, it's just small. I'm going to the gym at 6 a.m. It's like 7. It's an hour, and then it just slowly over years. It's not. It won't happen in months. It's a year. It's a 5-10 year plan.
Yeah, really slow.
5-10 year plan of this goes to make you turn into her, right? And you're gonna have to put your foot down and make her mad in the moment. But I think she'll respect you down the line for not allowing her to pull you from your purpose, pull you from your friends, pull you from your lifestyle. Here's the thing: the way you were acting attracted her. Going to the gym, that attracted her. So don't allow her to pull you into her frame because she'll lose attraction. So it's very important for men to stay on that shit, bro. Again, it's through years. It's happening slow. So I hate for that to happen to you guys because it sucks when you love a girl so much. You do what she says, you change your lifestyle, you change your habits. Then she goes, not into you anymore.
You're not the guy I fell in love with. Of course not. You changed it.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly.
But guys, thank you so much for watching today's RP Talk with Chad. Definitely be sure to check him out everywhere at Defund Simping.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Gotcha. Don't forget to check out BlueChew. Link down below. First month free. Use code Dunham. See you guys in the next one.
Peace.